here's the parts that we're going to use to hook up the valve. We got our anti-siphon valve here. We got our pressure regulator. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to modify these valves that are underground. I'm going to bring one up and eliminate the other one. Okay, so what we're going to do first is I'm happy with this part of the pipe that's copper, but this right here is not UV, so I'm going to change it so it's all UV protected pipe. And when we do that, cut this part out, like I said, we're going to eliminate one of the valves. So by doing that, we can already, this is already done, it's eliminated, this one valve. And then we'll put a new pipe and we'll work to where we only have this one valve and bringing it up as an anti-siphon valve. All right, so we're going to dig. This is the side that we're going to use, or excuse me, the valve that we're going to use, and we're going to dig it up. And so let me just explain to you what's happening here. At one time they had area of grass and they had their planters. So the valve that we're eliminating is the valve that was watering the lawn. And what happened was they were not using that anymore, but eventually the valve goes out and it starts leaking. So you just because you're not using it anymore, eventually it will leak. All right, folks, so we're going to use this 3/4 inch riser, and this is as you can see, it's gray, so it's UV protected. It's called Schedule 80 3/4 inch riser, and it's going to go right here. We're going to shorten it up to about 15 inches. Yeah, it's about 15 inches. So got that right there. We'll get the Teflon on that. This guy in here. All right. Got it in there. Sherlock's. Get that a little bit more tighter. All right, so now that we're going underground, we can switch over to the Schedule 40 white pipe and get some primer on here on both of the parts. We use the primer to clean it off the parts and also to soften the PVC pipe, and then that makes a better bond. ends. Okay, we gotta go this way. Right. Hold it there for a second. Good. You only have to hold it on there for like 5 to 10 seconds. But you want to make sure that you hold that in there, because if you don't hold it in there right away, once you put it in, sometimes it can slip out, then you lose your bond. So, you know, 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's about it. Okay, and another piece right here. Put a little bit more primer right there. All right, I'm gonna put a 90 right here for the valve. Okay, we'll make sure that's straight up. Yep. Alright. Just a little tip on your glue and your primer. You should always close them up, because I've probably dropped it at least 100 times. So, gotta get into the habit of doing that always. Let's see, we'll go ahead and put, just gonna do it like that, yeah. All right. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little dirt under there and rocks to support pipe right now. I'm gonna put in the valve. I'm going to be pressing down on the valve, like put inside this fitting right here. Okay. Right. I think that's good right there. All right. Okay, so here's the parts that we're going to use to hook up the valve. So we got our anti-siphon valve here. We've got our pressure regulator. Also has a filter. So you have a pressure regulator and a filter. This is 25 psi's, and that's going to reduce the pressure, which you're required when you put a drip system together. Yeah, the regular pressure is too much. Well, unless you have low pressure, but you want to have about 25 pounds of pressure. It's good for your emitters so they don't pop off. And you have the filter so it keeps the system clean so you don't clog up your drip emitters. So I've got that. I've got this coupler with thread by thread coupler, 3/4 inch. That would be there. And then I got this, I believe it's a 6-inch, 3/4 inch by 6 inch. Right, yeah, that's what it says right there. Riser. And then I got this thread by thread 3/4 inch 90, and then I have this compression coupler for the so I can put my 1/2 inch drip line in there. and then this will connect with the threads will connect in there, and then I have my riser. So I'll have that thread in here, the thread in there, and then I'm going to cut this off a couple inches. It's about the height I wanted in there to connect to the slip 90. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna cut part of this off. So I'm cutting off these threads to make it smooth so I can put in the slip 90. Yeah, that's where I want it, about there. Let's see, a little bit of angle. All right, primer on there. Blue. And for this part, I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit longer than 5 to 10 seconds. I'm probably holding on for like at least 30 seconds because it's a little heavier. You know, make sure it, you know, doesn't unbond itself. Okay. Dye in there, just like that. Okay. So the PVC glue, it's just amazing. It glues really fast, and you can you know, within 10 minutes I can pressurize this. Depending on the pressure though, if it's very high pressure, then you just wait a little bit longer. But if it's too high, you know, obviously you gotta have a regulator to bring that down. But normally within 10 minutes you can pressurize this and you can go. All right. Okay, so we've pressurized the system all the way to the valve. It's fine, no problem. So the next step is to pressurize the lateral lines. Okay, so check that out. And you can do it two ways. You can do it with a solenoid. You can just turn that counterclockwise and it'll go on, or you can do it with a bleeder back here. I prefer the solenoid because it shuts down faster. All right, so we got the water on and it's doing its job. All right, so I'm gonna shut it off. Okay, I'm gonna take this guy off. Okay, and deal with these wires now. And let me see if I can take this off. And first, I'm gonna see how if this is long enough to be where the brake's at. And yeah, it is. So we'll go ahead and take this guy off. And okay, so we're using the black wire here. As you can see, there's the different colors of wiring, but this was what was being used, black wire. So I'm going to take this off right now. Common. Okay, I have to cut it off. It's pretty tight. I'll just cut it off here. Okay. And we just cut these guys off. Like that. Spin this around here, like that. And I'm going to kind of clean these wires up so we can get a better connection. And this one I have to make it a little bit longer. Just straighten out the very part in front of it. So get this off. Cut that up. Alright. Then I get, when you put these wires together, it doesn't matter which one goes to the white. As long as one of them gets to the white. I'll get back here and put in our silicone wire nuts, so I won't have to worry about water getting into them. Okay, got it over here. It's a little tight, but still it's gonna work. Alright folks, that's it right there. The only thing I need to do now is test, make sure it's working automatically from the timer. I think that about wraps it up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it in the comment section, and we'll see you for the next one.